Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. So Hughie Fury returns with a six-round unanimous. Well, it wasn't a unanimous decision. It was the referee was the sole arbiter, but he got a decision anyway over 6 rounds against Kostiantyn Dovbyshchenko. Dovbyshchenko came in with 10 wins with 7 KOs, 15 losses, all on points. This guy's a block of concrete. You can't shift him. Although Matty Harris did have him on the floor before Dovbyshchenko got up and chinned him, so maybe it's best if you don't put him on the floor. But Dovbyshchenko from Ukraine, he's 32. He's one of the toughest journeymen out there, and he lost a decision not so long ago to Tom Schwartz over in Germany. Schwartz, of course, has one defeat on his record, which is to Tyson Fury in a couple of rounds. He also he also went the distance with Jamie TKV Dovbyshchenko, lost a 6-round decision over him. He's got the win over Matty Harris in 5 rounds. Harris at the time was undefeated, and Harris is now trained by Peter Fury, who of course trains his son Hughie. Now Hughie's been out for, I think, 2 years and 9 months or something, getting on for 3 years. 6'6". He's now 29 years old. He seems to have been around forever, but still young for a heavyweight. 26 wins with 15 KOs, 3 defeats, all on points, all to top class guys. Joseph Parker. That Joseph Parker fight was back in 2017, so 7 years ago now. He's also a former British champ. Beat Sam Sexton. Didn't defend the title though, gave it up. Lost to Alexander Povetkin over 12 rounds, and also Kubrat Pulev beat him over 12. He had a horrendous cut, I think it was against Pulev, and survived. But then, illness, allergies, I think it is, blood poisoning, or I don't know what the hell is going on with Hughie, but he's got all sorts of issues. I think he does suffer really bad from allergies, like gluten, wheat intolerant, all this stuff. And he hasn't fought since he stopped Christian Hammer in 5 rounds, where Hammer retired in 5 rounds. And that was back in 2021 in October. So, like two and a half years. 2.5 years? Yeah. 3, 4. Yeah, 2.5 years, roughly. And he was never going to stop Kostiantyn Dovbyshchenko, because Dovbyshchenko was brought in to give him a few rounds to shed a bit of rust. And that's pretty much what the fight was, a rust shedder. Dovbyshchenko's only 6'1". He's a squat little tank who trundles forward. And Hughie started quick, firing lots of jabs. He's got that typical Peter Fury style, hands low, fires the jab from out of the periphery of the vision, kind of like Carl Froch used to do, a little bit like that. And he moves a lot, Hughie, but he does throw punches. It's not like he's a back foot boxer, but he does like to sit down on his punches somewhat. And in the opening few rounds, Dovbyshchenko, he looked like a sparring session. He was just walking after Hughie and not really landing much, and Hughie was having his wicked way with him. But then Hughie kind of got a little bit too involved, and Dovbyshchenko was, firing these big overhand punches, and did connect with a few. He had Hughie sort of, I wouldn't say he had him in any kind of trouble at all. And Dovbyshchenko himself wasn't really rattled at all. There was a punch that landed, it might have been the 5th round, which got Dovbyshchenko's attention, and he sort of spread his arms out by the ropes as if to say, come on, is that all you got? I didn't feel a thing. Of course you felt it, otherwise you wouldn't be showing out. And Hughie was getting involved, in much taller guy, obviously about 5 inches taller, trying to fight small, almost as if he wanted to force the knockout, but it wasn't going to happen. It just wasn't going to happen. Dovbyshchenko is a terrific journeyman and very capable of springing upsets. But it was 6 good rounds for Hughie. He's come back from that long layoff. And yeah, this is the type of thing that he needs. Now, they're talking about getting him out quick again, Hughie. And in his post-fight interview, he said, I want to be busy. And he has to be busy now, make up for lost time. Even if it's another 6-rounder, I think they're talking about getting him out in May next month. So I think he needs a few 6-8 rounders, and then he can talk about, bigger fish. But there's no need to go jumping in at the deep end. You know, he's 29. He's not old for a heavyweight, of course. Not old for a fighter. He's probably in his prime. So I think that I definitely think Hughie's back. It's good to have him back. He looked bigger. He looked like he's filled out, and he's also losing his hair as well for a young man. I mean, Christ, I'm 30 years older than him, and I've still got my hair, most of it anyway. I wouldn't have liked to have lost it at late 20s. So he's probably going to end up looking older than he is. Do you know what I mean? But he looks thicker. He looks as if he's filled out a bit. And to be honest, he looks healthier, which is great. So I'm looking forward to seeing him again to see, because he always hinted at having a lot of talent. But with all the illnesses and the injuries and the layoffs, he hasn't put it together. So I'd like to see him maximise whatever talent he's got, Hughie Fury. And, we'll see exactly how good he is. Because, without all the layoffs and injuries and allergies or whatever it is, So, yeah, it's good to have him back. It's good to have him back. As for Dovbyshchenko, Kostiantyn, we'll call him Kostiantyn. He's always worth watching because he's tough as hell and he'll take your rounds. But anyway, what did you think? This was on the GBM card. Great stuff. Adam Smith, Spencer Oliver were commentating. Good to see Adam back as well, of course. And if you've got any comments, leave this below. This was on YouTube. It's free. Go and have a look at the card. Excellent card, especially for the price. Free. Don't even need to have a TV license, do you, with YouTube? But go and have a look. Tell me what you think. Leave your comments below. And, of course, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And also hit the like button. Go on. You'll want to. Spread the word about Joe Stunner Boxing. Appreciate your time, as always. Catch you later. Bye for now.